I actually used acrylic for this set. I did. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be over this set, which I love. I think it is so beautiful. Not because I did it, I just really think it does. And yes, I busted out the acrylic powder and the monomer, but of course for the 3D elements. So don't be mad, I'm starting off with just the design. Yeah, don't be mad. Don't you press that thumbs down button. Anyways, so I'm showing you what I'm using. I'm using like a brown metallic-y color. I think those are mocha Swarovskis, but I may be wrong. This Valentino Beauty Pure acrylic powder, 116 I think it said. These Diva Collections brand. This is a brownish metallic that I mixed years ago, and I'm using this double dip liquid monomer. I was reading the bottle. It's the nail liquid monomer. So I'm cleansing the nails. They're already obviously applied, built, filed, shaped, everything like that. Again, I'm sorry, don't be mad, but this is what we're really here for. So I'm using that brown metallic color. It's actually a cat eye gel from Madam Glam, but I didn't use that aspect of it. I just thought it was a good base for the, excuse me, it's been a long time since I was in biology class. I don't know if it's the stamen or something. I don't know. I could have Googled it and been prepared, but, you know, I'm a millennial. What's the fun in that? So I went ahead and cured that. And then I am using a crystal gel. And you can use, what is Daily Charms called? Is their jelly gel, I believe. It's a Daily Charm crystal gel. I just disperse it. They have one in a tub and one in a squeeze tube. They both perform the same. I kind of like the tube better, but yeah. So, excuse my crystal katana, it goes through, I get stuff cured on it. Anyways, so I'm taking those stones, and I believe they are called mocha or I don't know, but they're the dark brown Swarovski crystals. And so I'm applying them in what's supposed to be the, so you know what? I'm about to Google it. Okay, I'm back. I know it doesn't feel like I went anywhere, but I did, and I'm back. So I Googled it, and I think it's called the disc floret. I don't know, but it's also, I forgot that that's where all the sunflower seeds are. But anyways, the center part of the sunflower, let's go with that. So I'm filling in with the crystals, and then also to make it look more full and bring that metallic-y look out, and just texture simultaneously, dimension, interest. I added the these gold beads too to make it look more full as well. All those things for all those reasons. So I'm just going in and seeing where those look right and adding them and making sure they look balanced. It looks balanced, even, full, and it looks appropriate. My client, she sometimes watches the videos. She might be on the live in the premiere if we're doing this on a premiere. I don't know. But she see me just, I did like 2, 3, 4 petals. And like, okay, I'm good to go. Because I haven't used acrylic in like 2 years with almost, I don't think I'm exaggerating, honestly. So I'm getting those where I want it. Then I flash cure it with a LED flashlight. You can find them on Amazon really cheap, honestly. And so she wanted one finger on each hand with sunflowers. I did 2 partials on the one nail on each hand. Then I'm going in and sealing over the beads and around the crystals with the Sealer pen from Daily Charm as well. And you can use discount code tap the 10. And I did a petal, and then I was like, oh snap, I forgot. Please don't forget to top coat your nail before you do 3D acrylic work. Whether it's shiny or matte, doesn't matter. Please top coat, like know what you want, because one, it looks horrible if you top coat over 3D work. I'm sorry. I know some things are opinions, but that almost feels factual. It's just not cute when you top coat over, and it's a hassle to top coat around the 3D work. You can, I've done it before, but it's a hassle, and this is a very intricate design. So I applied a no wipe top coat, went ahead and cured it, and then I used Young Nails Protein Bond because it gives tackiness and it promotes adhesion from one product to the next. So just to have a little bit more peace of mind. I don't really have issue with people losing 3D work. I haven't really experienced that in the past, but hey, it's been some years since I busted it out. And oh my God, the scent was kind of nostalgic, and I was like, oh, and then I also hate it real quick. So I'm taking these colors out. I'm dipping into the yellow first and then tapping it into the orange just to give that ombre effect with it more orange towards the center. And the 3D brush I'm using is just a cheap one I got many years before I was even a licensed nail tech. I've been using the same one. That's all I can tell you about it. I know it's on the smaller side, and so I'm just showing you this technique. Picking up beads, that's a whole conversation. And I used to do one-on-one classes teaching acrylic, and I'd honestly end up trying to convince people to get into gel or poly gel because there's so much less of a learning curve, like exponentially less, honestly. But so yeah, you're not fixing to hear about liquid to powder ratios here. That's not what's happening. But you can see how I am sculpting these petals. I wanted to start, I examined an actual sunflower because I always tell you guys to have a reference picture to look at the real thing, whatever that is that you're trying to emulate, and see what makes it look like it. So when studying an actual sunflower, I noticed the ombre of the yellow from a brighter, more solid yellow into like more orangier, browner tones. And then I noticed that the shape of the petal, I tried to mimic that as best I could. And then I also noticed there was a lot of layers of petals. So those are the things I'm trying to take into account, getting that shape of the actual petals right. They're a little more, some of these didn't translate the best, but it didn't really matter with the layering. But they're a little more narrow, longer, and they kind of almost, this is exaggeratory, but they kind of make tubes, but not even nowhere near that. But just so you have an understanding, they kind of curl up on the sides slightly. So I'm trying to make sure I get those things down. And when it comes to 3D work, when it's close to like the cuticle area or the free edge, I will, you probably seen it a few petals ago. You can rewind the one on the left edge. I wiped off, so it's like a partial flower. I made it like a whole flower how I wanted it. Then I wiped off what was hanging off because I don't like hanging off things. People do bling that way in 3D work. It's not for me. I don't think it's the best thing to do. It can be a hassle for your client. No. So when I'm layering these, I'm going back and make sure I'm layering them when I know that the petals underneath are dry. So this took many, many minutes. So it's coming across way speedier than it was. So I'm taking that acrylic, that brown metallic acrylic that I showed you guys that I mixed myself, and I'm using it very, very wet. When you have acrylic and you use it very wet, you have more liquid. Your liquid to powder ratio is high. Yeah. You have a high amount of liquid, very little powder. It kind of applies like paint in a way. I mean, it does. So I'm taking that and adding the brown, and then I'm also adding more orange up the actual flower, just because some of it was covered up. Like those lower underneath petals, you don't really see the orange at all. So a wasted effect for some of them, to be honest. I could have just done this, but you live and you learn. I didn't know that I was going to layer it to this degree. I just kind of got ahead of myself, and it just was looking good to me. And I was like, yes, more petals, more petals, more petals, more petals. And I actually now, looking back, I could have done more petals on that bottom right one, the bigger one. I think I could have fit in a few more petals there, but we're here. Look how cute they are. Okay, I was like, girl, you could just leave these flowers like this, top coat the rest, just nude with that bright yellow. That's cute. But like I said, more is more. So these are the Madame Glam colors. I use the Daily Charm beads. You see all the discount codes. I was picking out crystals. I have a method, like I'm special, but I like to pull out any possible color option. And then I just kind of like hold it up and see what feels right, what the story is, what the colors are, what's, giving into the theme, what's not. So that's what I did with the crystals. I'm using Nice Melons. This is going to be the base because we do a Bling French on her pinky. So that's going to be the base for that. Fries Before Guys is this yellow color from Madame Glam. Discount code Tabitha. There's a link down below. And if you shop through the link, because they usually have a lot of times better sales than my discount code can offer. But if you shop through the link down below, I'll still get my little commission, little dollars for it, even if their sale is better or you can't use the code. So, okay. So I'm taking a liner, striper brush. I think it is the Poochie's Nails one. Yeah, I'm either going to be using the Poochie's Nails, the Ellie Selena Rydin Stripey, I believe it's called, or the Wildflowers one. Yeah, so just know. So I'm drawing my French on, giving it a deep French. And I don't really, at this point, know what I have in mind. So what you'll notice is that when I do the bling, I cover up a lot of this French situation. But, again, hindsight, it's 2020. But I mean, you could tell it's a French, but did it need to be as clean as I got it? Maybe not. Yeah. But, so I'm doing a deep French on the pinky as well, but I'm doing it with that, light Elegance glitter gel. Again, this is just to act as a coordinating base color behind the bling. That's how I recommend for most instances. There's an exception to every rule, but let's call it a rule. Let's make it a rule. When we're doing full bling nails, we put down a coordinating glitter color. So there is an exception to that rule, but it's the rule now. So yeah, I wrote that. So so I'm just perfecting this French. It's a little more tedious with like glitter colors when you're doing French. There's any like drawn on work, but you need it there just to give it that full blingy look, and it helps to make it look like it makes it look like a thing. Just trust me. So this is the Daily Charm Gel. I thought I'd throw in a screenshot. It is the Stay Put Jelly. Yes. And you can use discount code Tabitha10. Get you a discount. And once I cured this, you've seen me in the clip before, I buffed it just to make sure it has that texture. So we have great adhesion. You could buff it and then put you a little bit of protein bond down too. But I'm using that crystal gel because I want to ensure that I can move this and get it perfected before it dries. If you're using a resin, like a nail glue, something like that, they have very short dry times, especially if you're using them correctly. If you apply too much, they'll take longer to dry and it could mess up their adhesion. So just to let you know, if you use resin and it takes a long time to dry, probably using too much. But so I'm using the gel so I can get the crystals exactly where I want them, because this is a very, I won't say very, it's a slightly intricate thing to do to make bling look like a shape, albeit like a circle or a heart or a triangle, or a French or a snake or a swirl, trying to give it the illusion of an actual thing. It can be tedious. And so I'm filling in with those crystals, and then I'm also filling in with the beads. It gives it a very, very full look, and also helps make it conform to the shape you're trying to portray. So again, like the same thing I did with like the center part of the sunflowers, I kind of made it look full, and it makes the shape you're trying to portray just come across better. The illusion is better when you have it more full. So I put those beads in the areas and got that French looking right. Got it how I wanted, make sure it didn't bulk out the nail too much. Pressed in the sides, wiped off any excess, made sure it was sealed around. And then I went ahead and flash cured it with my LED light from Amazon. Yeah. And I'm just making sure everything is sealed in. So I'm using the Ninja Super Grip Super Tight glue, and I'm using just dots of it. That's all you need. And I probably applied possibly too much. But I just do a few dots, and then I go ahead and apply these bigger crystals. I want to make sure they have great adhesion. So I get those on first just because I think they're size 20 or 24. They're not the biggest crystals, but still, we want them to have a chance. So I went ahead and applied these and let them dry and air dry. It's just like a regular traditional kind of, with my air quotes, super glue, but it's non-toxic and it's safe for this use. So I just applied these bigger crystals, not knowing at all what I had planned. Like I had decided, like it was definitive, I was going to do bling on the pinky, that bling French. And then of course we needed some follow through, like I said, more is more. My client likes it blingy. So, yeah, and I 100% know that at this point, I didn't know what I was going to do right here. So, disclaimer, what you're about to see is just me freestyling the whole situation. I knew I took the crystal gel because I knew I needed to seal around those stones. And then that's the base of me figuring out what's happening next. So just going with the flow and applying these beads. Of course, I knew I needed to include beads. I just love the beads. It's hard for me to bling without the beads because honestly, are they ever like an unwelcomed thing? Like, I don't want to be the person, oh, you're always doing this, you're always using this. And it's like, if it's good, it's good, And they never don't look good. It's not a proper sentence. They never don't look good. That's true. Maybe, it's opinion, whatever. So I'm just kind of seeing what's what. And I can honestly say this took way more, obviously, took way more time because everything is sped up. But I even edited out a lot of like indecisive spots and moments. I'm just seeing where this takes me. I know I want to have a certain balance in the nail. I felt like I did want to go, once I started doing it more like round, for things I pick up inspiration from what kind of the theme of the nail is. And you guys can notice that with just various sets that I've done, because we did the sunflowers. I was thinking more like round and big and very present in appearance, just to kind of complement the feeling of what the flower is and does in the set. So although it doesn't read like flower, but you can kind of see it's a more rotund type. Rotund might be that. It's a more round type shape silhouette overall. Boom. So I know at some point I thought this was okay, and I looked, I'm like, it feels unbalanced. It felt too far down the nail exclusively. So I had to go ahead and add just a little something on top of that. Yep, right here. It needed it. I felt like it needed it. Oh, I didn't say what color crystals I was using, just how I decided. Anyways, I'm using, I think it's Rose Peach Shimmer or the Rose Shimmer. They're very similar. And Topaz Shimmer, just regular, not the light one. It's more yellow. I kind of hated them when I got them. But, there's a time and place for everything. They went perfect with this set and were beautiful in context of this set. And then I used, I believe it is Tangerine Swarovski. I don't know. Got them from Blue Streak. Blue Streak doesn't, the whole Swarovski debacle. We don't have to talk about that. But they do have, y'all know I can't say it, Preciosa. Yeah, I'll go with that. Lock in my answer, Preciosa. And other glass crystal brands. So definitely still check them out. I do still have a discount code with them. It's Tabitha and the number 5. So if you're interested, you'll see it down below in the description bar as well. So same thing goes with this finger. I could have done less here if I have to critique myself. That's not what y'all are asking me. But if I did, I could have done less to kind of let that French kind of shine more. But, I don't hate it. I don't think it's ugly or anything by no means. I think it's elaborate. It's just the only thing, like I said, it kind of almost makes the French a little bit pointless. But I tried to complement the French. You kind of see where I put those beads under that center orange stone. Kind of followed the silhouette of the French. So I was trying to emphasize it. So maybe that's what it does. I don't know, y'all. Do y'all think it emphasizes it or it covers up and kind of messes it up? I don't know. Tell me down below. And I like the end, what I did at the tip right there. That's kind of cute to me, right? And just a little bloop. It makes it feel very regal. So this is the pen you can use for sealing around the crystals. It has an actual brush and then that squeeze pointy, this part that I'm using. So I really like it. I ain't gonna lie, you can use a fine brush and regular no wipe top coat. That's really all what's going on here. But I love, love, love the convenience of this squeeze tip. So I recommend it, especially if you're a nail tech or a student or something and you're going to be doing clients on a regular basis. It really helps you. If you're just a hobbyist at home doing nails on yourself, then yeah, no wipe top coat and a little brush will do the trick. So I am sealing around the crystals, never on the crystals, but you can seal over the beads. I recommend you seal over the beads. It'll keep their color longer and it helps ensure that they last. And then I went ahead and top coated with a no wipe top coat. Say it all the time. There are many and plenty of good no wipe top coats out there. So just whatever. I mean, I use a lot of different ones. It's rare that I come across one and a client comes back or I wear it myself and I'm I hate it. There's a lot of good no wipe top coats, especially in this day and age. Yeah, and I've said it before, the Joy in Me is great. Apres is great. And then it's also a matter of consistency. Some of them are more viscous, some of them are less viscous. So sometimes that is a preference and sometimes it's unnecessary depending on which art you're doing. But yeah, whatever you prefer. And then I went ahead and cured that, and this is our final look. So you know what you gotta do. We talked about it in the last video. I'm gonna give y'all the knowledge, the free info, and you give me a thumbs up, and you give me a little emoji. We're doing sunflower emoji, so sunflower emojis down below. And yes, that's it. That's my payment. Thank you. That's our deal. Handshake. So sunflower emoji helps the video. We get interaction going. We get comments going, and we grow. We're good. I can keep putting out good content and everything like that. So I thank you for your support ahead of time, and for your thumbs up and your subscription, and for watching this video. Let me know down below if there's anything you'd like to see next. Otherwise, thank you guys. Bye.